Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, warm welcome. And if you're liking it, just give it a big thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe if your heart desires. And I do appreciate it very, very much. And I thought I would go ahead and give you a video today. I have some new items, and not just all cosmetic items, just like beauty items in general, and some of these courtesy from the dollar store. Well, most of them anyway. I finally, my old beauty blender kind of like bit the dust, so I did go and get a new one. I used it this morning. When I apply any makeup to my face, it's usually with a clean, well rested, well moisturized skin. 8 hours of sleep is essential, but if you can't get 8 hours, there are lots of things that you can try, to get that. There are several kinds of wellness teas that you can try. Herbal supplements like valerian or melatonin, if you can take it. I can't take the melatonin, so I go the route with the valerian if I can. I did have my nerve ablation finally. I got a nice bruise there from where they put my little IV in there. I had some mild sedation, which really helps. Really helps. Let's see here. Most of the dollar store stuff anymore is like $1.25. So I kind of had to calculate everything in my head, and I did it just the way I should have, because I don't like to use a calculator in front of me in the store, that kind of, I don't know if that just makes me look like I'm on a tight budget, but actually I am, because it's just getting super ridiculous. So I went ahead and I got one of these. I also got myself a jade roller, and so far I really like that. I put it in my freezer just for a few minutes, to give it, a nice cooling effect for the skin. It's really nice. And used it with another item that I purchased. This is a small little jar of hyaluronic acid. This is a global beauty care. Get them like in the dollar store. I do see this stuff a lot in Marshalls as well, so it's not totally off the wall type stuff like people think. That's actually some fairly decent stuff. And like the other stuff that I've been using from Marshalls, this thing settles dust on the top of the lid. The Keo Dark Circle Eye Cream. This stuff works like you would not believe. I forgot to use that this morning, but I did get a good bit of sleep. I use my weekends to my full advantage. I like to sleep in. But using this for the first time last night, along with that new moisturizer, and just to keep an extra one at my fingertips, it's kind of nice, because I do have another jar of the generic CeraVe in the bathroom for like when I get my shower and everything, and I need to put something on my face, because it's either that or that Nivea. And if you like the Nivea, that beautiful thick velvety substance that it is. If you know what I'm talking about and you love that Nivea stuff, I know I do. It's very nice. It's usually what I put on my face in the morning. But with that little jade roller, really super liking. Absolutely. I have kind of like a little array of like foundations that I can use. I have like 4 foundations at my reach, but I also have one in a tube from Smashbox, which I really like. This one is very, very hydrating, which is absolutely great since I have dry skin. I have one from L'Oreal that someone gave me because their skin tone is a little bit warmer than mine. I also have, if I can find it, there it is, the BB cream that I'll probably be using through the summer. If the summer gets really, really warm, this is something that I will be wearing, because I don't like my other makeup, you know, sliding all over the all over my face, sorry. So I use a little bit of this and powder where it's necessary. If it melts, whatever. Usually when I apply a concealer, I always make sure that it's a little bit lighter than my skin, because that's kind of like the whole idea. You're brightening that area of your face. And I usually use it before I even grab a foundation. This is just a little bit lighter than this. This is an essentially ageless hydrating with the hyaluronic acid. Really, really super nice. And that's for the it's a hydrating serum concealer, so it kind of just does what it's supposed to. It kind of, you know, brightens up underneath the eyes kind of nicely. And this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It is a radiant and firming makeup. So when I use this, you're going to definitely tell a difference in my face. It just really makes a huge difference between, you know, the face that you, if you ever see an original picture of mine, between any original pictures and any pictures that, you know, I have makeup and have it kind of, you know, like photoshopped slightly. I don't like photoshopping if I don't have to, but you know, it sometimes is quite necessary. Another item that I had purchased, and I purchased this with caution because I wasn't sure how it was going to look on my skin, but I figured I would go ahead and give it a try. The Essentially Ageless Luminizing Blush, and this is in Dahlia. And I saw this and I thought, oh great, you know, that looks a little too warm, but actually it's really, really nice. It's a deep shade of like a coral, kind of. I love coral. I think coral looks better on me than pink, but you know, I do reserve pink, you know, for those classic looks. Warmer colors, I don't know what it is with my skin and warmer colors. I just think they look especially decent for some reason. And they work really, really well for my job. I do not put powder all over top of my face anymore. I use powder only in certain areas. And I have been using the Coty Airspun, and this is the translucent extra coverage, I believe. Yes, translucent extra coverage. I absolutely love this powder, and I don't go crazy with it anymore. I had to learn just by experience, and since I have like drier skin, okay, I can't stand myself with my hair up. It's just I don't look right with my hair up. I put it up for work, which I have to anyway, so I like my hair down. But I powder through the brow ridge, like right through here and through here, places where you would make an expression and those little expression lines just pop right out at you. So like here, around your nose a little bit, and around those little areas of your mouth. It's like you make an expression, you want that makeup, you know, to go absolutely nowhere. That's what you do. I have a little brush that I use it like quite a lot for all sorts of stuff. I even use it for contouring because I try not to contour with anything else, because it seems like when I use this, it works. Just one of those little bamboo brushes. Absolutely love these things. These are so freaking cute. I love it. Sometimes I even use it to clean up edges, like down the edge of my nose when I like do contouring. That's another concept altogether. We'll get there. I pulled out my Tartlet Flirt palette, and only because I wanted to do a reverse look, because normally I use the cooler colors, you know, like the Playful and Snuggle and Passion in the bottom here. I used Hotline, Touch, and Gaze in the top, you know, just to get a gradient going. You see most of the copper on the lid. I used a cooler brown, like an ash brown. This is the What's the Tea product. This is kind of a cool toned kind of ash brown, which works to my advantage with my skin coloring, you know, just to create a transition. If you do a transition, it seems to make your makeup flow a little bit better, but use a tone that's otherwise good for your skin coloring. But I use that because it seems to work out for me. But using, of course, Hotline right up here, like in the top area here. Let me see here if I can find a brush here like this, right into the top on both sides. I very rarely use that little mirror that's in the palette, just to give it, you know, a little bit of warmth. I like warm looks just as much as I love cooler looks. I thought, you know, today, since I was using that new blush, that, you know, that I would create something that carries a little bit of warmth. It kind of works to make a really, really nice makeup for work. Now, continuing on with a brush that is kind of somewhat curved, that has those rounded off edges. We're going to go into right here into Touch, just a little bit. I was using my fingers to do a lot of this morning, and like just like from here right until you start meeting that deeper shade, that contrasting shade in the back, where you're seeing it at its full intensity in your crease. But if you have hooded eyes, it's going to be a little bit harder. If you have deep set eyes like mine, it will be a lot easier. If you need a instructional video for hooded eyes, I can recommend Wayne Goss or Smita Deepak. They are really, really good at doing for hooded eyes. Wayne Goss is out of Somerset, Wales, and Smita Deepak, she's originally from India, those old Bollywood ideas, you know, and stuff like that. She does some really beautiful Indian bridal makeup. It's gorgeous. You should see her work. It's amazing. So try out her channel as well. I usually come in like right at about like right at the edge of the eyeliner, although I do use the eyeliner on top of the shadow as well. So, two line, and I usually get a good crimp on my lashes before I do. I use a nice one. I think that might be an elf, I'm not sure. My daughter gave it to me because she didn't like it. I'm just gonna push this up just a little bit. I don't want to waste it. I don't know how soon I'm gonna be able to get another one. Just like an applying brush or an applicator brush, hold it way down here. And a friend of mine might be getting into this. Hey, Lisa. And then coming right. But she's looking for something to do that kind of gives her something to do and still pulls in some extra money on the side, which I totally get. I mean, I don't do this for profit. I do this more for fun. Just a little bit, you know, to like flick it more towards the edge of your brow. That way you are getting just a romantic little flick, and you don't have to worry about looking like a cat. Those feline looks are more like the 80s and 90s looks, which we are no longer doing. Thank goodness. It's just, you know, not a good fashion statement anymore. And looking for something and can't seem to find it. Is that it? No. It's hard to find things sometimes. Oh goodness sakes. I think it might be this one. Here it is. This is kind of a blonde pencil, but it is almost like a creamy taupe. So I can kind of like run it like right along the ash. Oh, the silly little faces that I make. And I make some seriously weird looking faces, like when I do stuff like this. Oh my gosh. But when you do this, it makes all the difference. It brightens up the eye, and also kind of gives the waterline the illusion of something that is not smoky. I am not big on smoky eye looks. I am not very good at them, I'll admit. Right over the top there, you'll see that creamy shade, and that's that one in Gaze. It's really, really beautiful color. I'm just gonna, you know, use just a touch of it, you know, just to clean up the edges. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. This always ends up looking half decent. So now that we are down with the, you know, eye makeup, Maybelline Falsies. I mean, because I have a few other mascaras that I use, but this one I really, really super like because it does wonders with my tiny little lashes. Without this stuff, I would probably have the most minuscule little lashes like ever. I still have yet to do a video for contouring because that was on my old channel, and my old channel got hacked. It really, really pisses me off, but you know, whatever. It's kind of like your completed eye makeup look. And hopefully I can do this again tomorrow for work. I am feeling so much better. I am ready to go back to work. I am ready to do full shifts again. So hopefully I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth, you know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. My brows are technically just these little Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. And I use this along with one of my own little brushes, and I can find it. It's a Lancome brush, and it's a wee tiny, almost like a little tapered brush. I cannot find it, but it's a wee tapered little brush, and it just, you know, makes it flow so nice. And I usually use the darkest brown, and depending on, you know, the shade that I take next, because pretty soon I'm going to be getting my hair colored again. I'm going to do it myself. This is number 498 in brown. So we'll be looking forward to that. I do use a I am so sorry. I am so unorganized. But it's a little one from Benefit. Those little gimme brows in brunette. Just to more or less, you know, try to seal them. Not so much anything else, just seal them. When I go to contour my face, and I know I have to do a new video for that, I go with a little bit of science and a little bit of artistic approach as well. I use a contour stick. This is a dual-ended contour stick from Wet n Wild. Number 752A in medium to tan. I should have the shade lighter, but every single time I go for it, it's not there. So we're okay. For a little while, it looked really weird, like it was oxidizing on my skin. Gives that really weird orangey look, but as long as you blend it out right, it looks right. Just highlight according to your face structure. Blend upwards if you're trying to thin that nose. Blend downwards, but also right up against the jawline. So you're kind of not only creating the shadow, but also redefining your jawline around the chin. If you want to accentuate the chin a little bit, because some of us are getting, you know, double chin. And also to raise the structure. I raise the structure with the highlight, and it just absolutely does it. It is like so amazing. It's amazing. On top of the highlight, I chose my City Color palette and chose the one in Moonstone. This beautiful gold. Really pretty. Really like this. I don't know what it is about that gold. All three of them are absolutely beautiful on pale skin, really beautiful on medium skin as well. I have more medium skin. I am not super pale. I was when I was younger. When I was younger, I was like, I would try to tan and I would burn. So we just don't do that anymore. But just a little bit of this right up, using this again, right up in here, because your highlight zone is like from here to here in the back on both sides. And you don't want to push it down too far. Depending on your face structure, it could be a little bit different. And I also do this, like right here. This little divot, like right up top of your lip structure. That's called your Cupid's bow. And it kind of pulls out, you know, the upper lip a little bit, you know, gives you a nice full lip look. I took this and put it high up in the back, stopped it about like right there, because according to my face shape, it's a little rounder now. It wasn't always so round. I mean, I had kind of like an oval face, or more like a heart-shaped face when I was younger. I guess that's a better way of explaining it. I look more like my dad. And I just thought this was just so beautiful with the look that I created today. And it's like really nice. Now, when you, this is just a nice matte, very light matte bronzer, but I use it more for sealing the places where I contour. That's a physician's formula, and it's really nice for setting up against like the nose. Really nice product. I do try once in a while to take a big fluffy brush and just blend down those edges, you know, just give it a go. This takes me, no kidding, 45 minutes to an hour. I need to start going to bed a little bit earlier. Okay, this is the, I'm not sure what the actual brand is, but oh my goodness. It's not an off-the-wall brand, but this, it's a really beautiful shade. And this is in Fighter. It is almost like a shade of coffee. It's like a red toned, deep red toned coffee type shade that I thought went well with the rest of this. And I think we got it. Thanks so much for turning back. I'll see you in the next one. Love y'all so very much. See you soon.